Hello, my dearest friends of good design. Welcome to the Daily Creative Challenges in Adobe Illustrator. I'm your host, Julia Vaca. Welcome, everybody in the chat. I see we have a bunch of amazing people joining. So, friends, we are going to be designing some minimalistic stuff today, and you might be surprised, but we don't have a welcome stream this week neither. We're starting right with the challenge number 1. And I'm super excited. How do you like my background? It's a little different than usual. I'm inviting you into my home office, and we'll be hanging out together today. Hi, Wade. Hi, Susan. And Anastasio is here. Richard, Khalid, Rita. Oh my God, so many amazing people. So good to have you all here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, my friends, Daily Creative Challenges. We have a week of Daily Creative Challenges up until December 17th. So Monday through Friday, I'm going to be walking you through different design styles. So this is the theme of this series of challenges. We're going to be talking about different design styles and how to achieve different design styles, how to select typography, how to actually, create all these different graphic elements that come together to achieve a specific style. And we have some people joining us on YouTube. Make sure to head over to be.net/Adobe Live. This is where I'm reading the chat, and this is where you can also ask questions. Happy holidays, everyone. Aaron, happy holidays to you too. I'm definitely in a holiday mood already. Listening to Frank Sinatra all day. But we're gonna do something different today. It's not going to be holiday related, but it's going to be super fun and super helpful. By the way, have you seen this? Check this out. I just came back from Dubai, and I got a henna tattoo. I love this type of art. Let me know if you ever gotten a henna tattoo done. Cool. All right, friends. So let's jump right into this, and we are going to go into our Daily Creative Challenge page. Here you can click Take the Challenge, but this is our first challenge of this week, and here you can also see every new challenge unlock in the morning, PST, Pacific Time. So today we're going to be designing a minimalist digital ad. We are going to be creating digital advertisement using the Eyedropper tool. Who of you have used the Eyedropper tool before? Probably a lot of us. Cool. So, friends, Dee is tuning in from Canada. Cool. Permanent tattoo. Masha is asking, no, henna is not a permanent tattoo. It's probably gonna stay for like 2 weeks, and then it's gonna go. Awesome. Arab Dubai people, well done. Yes. Yes, I have changed my last name. I know. A lot of you have been asking me. It's not Masalska anymore. It's Vaca now. So yeah, we have to all get used to it. So, friends, we have also our community chat, which is our Discord, and you can get here, and this is where you can also submit your daily creative challenges with a challenge feedback. And here we have some amazing challenges from the past that you guys have submitted, but this is where you submit the challenges and how to get here, how to actually get to our Discord community. And this is the link, bit.ly/AI Discord is where you can get to this link. Awesome. And Wade just posted the link into the chat just in case you've missed it. All right, my friends, so we are jumping right into our starter file, and the starter file you can get by going into Get Started. So if you click Get Started, you'll be able to download this starter file that I have prepared for you. And there is already a lot of stuff going on. I have already selected some typography for us. We have here Minion variable concept, which probably all of us have on their computer. It's a very classic typeface. And then we also have Acumen, variable concept. Now, what is actually a variable concept? A variable concept is a typeface that is variable. So you can adjust the width, you can adjust the slant, you can adjust how bold it is, the weight of the font, and that you can do when you go over here to variable font. Click onto that. You can adjust the weight. You can see you can make it really thin or really bold. And you can also adjust the width of the font, so you can make it very wide or very narrow, just as you like. And then we can also adjust a slant, so the angle, is the font straight or is it slightly slanted? So, my friends, and I also provided you with a color palette at the bottom. I think this is a pretty cool, pretty experimental color palette, but feel free to select your own. Now, we are going to be working with the eyedropper tool. And with the eyedropper tool, you can eyedrop multiple things. You can eyedrop color by selecting an object using the letter I on your keyboard. And this is how you actually get into the eyedropper. You can see now I have this little, this little pipette, this little thing popping up, which is our eyedropper tool. And now I can sample any color over here, and my object that I have selected will adapt to that color. Now, you can not only do that, you can also, I'm going Option, click, drag, make a copy of my font. I can also eyedrop fonts. So I can select my object, which is a text piece, and I can eyedrop and copy, sample my other font if I want to. For that, again, I'm clicking I have my object selected, I'm clicking I, and I can select or sample the font that I want, right? So I can either sample this one or this one, whatever I want. So that's what you can sample. You can also sample patterns, any kind of swatches with the eyedropper tool. So these are the basics. Eyedropper basics. Shortcut. What's the shortcut for the eyedropper tool? Right, letter I on your keyboard. All right, my friends. So here you can adjust your, add your name into this artboard that I have prepared for you. So this is basically the artboard that we're going to be exporting in the end. And what I want you to do is to create an ad in different sizes. And why is that? Why do we want to create an ad in different sizes? That is because it's a very, very regular case that you create a graphic and then your client will want you to apply that same graphic to different formats, right? How will that ad look like in a horizontal format? How will it look like in a square format? How will it look like in a more narrow format? So this is what we're going to be practicing today. And today we're going to be designing a little ad that's bold, that's minimalistic. And what is actually a minimalistic style? Minimalistic means that you only have the main information. You don't decorate, right? So minimalistic means you are minimizing the amount of information to the most necessary, right? Cool. What other fonts with this option? You can sample any font that isn't within your Illustrator document. So I can go and select this text. And again, I'm using the shortcut I on my keyboard, and I can sample this very tiny character style. And now you can see my text has been converted to that exact character style, right? So basically you're just sampling things. Now, if you're sampling color, you're going to sample, you can sample any color from any shape, and that's going to be adapted to the font. Now, if you are sampling a font, then that character style will be adjusted in your text. All right, friends. So we have an imaginary firm that we're designing an ad for. Feel free to make something up that you want. My firm is going to be called Subtle Brand because they're trying to be very subtle. Very subtle means like basically very minimalistic, very yeah, minimal in the way they appear, right? So what I'm going to do with this font is, first I'm going to make it very small. So I'm going to go and adjust the character size to 36 and do something like that. And then our subtle brand also wants to be bold by being subtle, right? So how to be bold? To be bold doesn't mean that that you have to over deliver a lot of information. Being bold means showing something very specific, very short, and yeah, something very minimalistic. So this is what our brand is going to be. And I have also placed a little object here, which is a shape, right? So feel free to use that shape. And I want to show you how I actually created that shape. So if you click into that shape, you can see it's actually an ellipse. So how I did that is I took an ellipse tool and I created an ellipse. Then I went into Effect, Distort and Transform, Roughen. That's what I did. And that's how you can get this very abstract kind of shape. And you can also add very little detail. And then you can get these really cool, very random shapes that are super fun to play with. So you can either make it smooth or you can make it a corner. I kind of like this edgy kind of corner design. So I'm going to keep it like that. And then you can still go in and really play around and make it some, you know, it kind of almost looks like a rock, like some really cool abstract shape. Now, if you want to expand this shape and adjust the vector points within, you can go in to Object, Expand Appearance. Now, you don't only have the ellipse that has been distorted, you actually have an outline of this distortion of the ellipse, right? So now you can go in with a direct selection tool, you can go in and adjust all these points. Let's say you have some detail that you didn't really like for example, here it almost looks too round for me. So I'm gonna go and make it even more kind of edgy and on purpose, okay? So, and why is that shape? Why am I actually designing this kind of shape? And that kind of shape will help me kind of get that attention, because zigs and zags are, you know, they're catching a lot of attention. It's a very sharp kind of element. And now I'm going to sample this color here that I already have here. So I'm going to select the object, click I on my keyboard, and I'm going to sample that color. And why do I want to use that dark color actually? That is because I don't want it to stick out too much from the black. I want it to be more in the background. I want my text to stick out, right? There's a hierarchy of information that we want to take in. And we want to have a big, bold message that says, be bold. So let's do that. Let's place the message first, and then we can cut this object. So I'm going to use the text tool, and I'm going to create a text box. And now I'm going to write be bold in caps. Right now it's in black, so you don't see it. So we're going to adjust the color into white. There we go. And now, oh, actually, I kind of like this. Okay. I mean, it's a weird little symbol that doesn't make any sense, but why not? We're bold, so why not experiment? Be bold. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going into my variable font settings, and I'm going to make it really bold, really thick. Okay, actually not quite as thick as I thought it will be, around 740. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and also adjust the character size. So I'm going to create something like this. And now you can of course play around with this little piece here. You can take it away, you can put a simple dot, or you can leave everything out, whatever you think works best in your case. And then of course our brand, we're gonna have a little copyright next to it. So I'm going to make a copyright with Option and R, and I'm going to outline it with Command Shift and O. There we go. We're gonna have a little copyright next to it because it's an actual real existing registered brand. Of course not, but I don't know, I just enjoy putting that there because it makes it look so much more realistic. Now what I'm going to do with this font is I'm going to make it way more, put the letters way closer together. So I'm going to go into the, let's see, into the kerning, and I'm going to go and make it minus 75. We still want it to be legible, but we want it to be really narrow and unique, right? So we want to modify the font just a little bit. So something like that. And now I can go in and outline this with Command Shift and O. And now this kind of looks like something already, right? So let me just put this here, and I think this shape really really transfers the message super well, saying be bold. Right? And this is what we want. This is what we want to communicate. Be bold. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to create a clipping mask for our shape. And we are going to be using the rectangle tool and create a rectangle where we want the object to be clipped into. So basically creating a frame for our object. How's everybody doing in the chat? Rock of Ages, Erin is saying, hi Mayur, be bold is greater than being wimpy. Okay. Oh, be bold is greater than, open sentence. I like it. Okay, so now I have selected both the objects and I'm going to click make clipping mask, and now we have this really cool shape here. And now of course we can go in and still adjust it as we want, place it the way we want. Be bold, there we go. Now I'm going to group this so I can move it around freely and don't have to worry about the copyright sign being kind of moving outside of the logo, because this is a logo, we need to have it all together. So I'm going to click Command and G to group this. So now next step is we are going to take this digital ad, and of course this can also be kind of like a frame for a photo, so feel free to use photos here as well. Photos are being used a lot in ads. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to adjust this content that I have here to this to this proportion, right? So it's going to be way more narrow. So let's kind of copy and paste that stuff over here, holding Option and clicking and dragging. Sorry, my throat is really dry right now. I'm talking too much. So now what do we have to do? We have to adjust the clipping mask. Cool. Let me know if you all have any questions. We are here to answer questions if you have any, so definitely feel free to shoot them. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust my clipping mask by double clicking into this, and I can adjust the mask to fit my object. There we go. There we go. All right, so, and now what we want to see is the distance here in our layout. So we can see we have a frame going here. So something like that, right? And our text is within this frame. So we have the same distance from the top as we have from the left, correct? So we're going to keep that same rule here at the bottom as well. And that's how we can make this consistent. So I'm going to eyeball it. You can of course measure it out with a specific ruler, but that's what I'm going to do now is. So now we have two sizes already done. Now let's create one for our square post or square ad. And again, I'm going to copy paste this, and I'm going to push this object, double click into the mask and push it a little bit to the side so our text can still be kind of the highlight of the post. Okay, and in this case what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to adjust the font size. Of course I can divide this in two lines, but I'm going to adjust the font size just because I want to have it all in one line. And you will also always have to consider when creating ads like that, what is actually the proportion and the size of this, right? So how large will this be posted? Okay, so I'm going to decrease the size of this just a little bit, probably to something like a 48. And I'm going to place this to the front. Right click, arrange, bring to front. And I'm going to adjust my object so it doesn't touch the text. All right. And now what I can also do here is I can adjust the position of the logo. I can reposition it. Why do I have to keep the same layout? I could keep the same layout, but I could also position it on the side. Or I can simply move the object. You'll have to experiment with this and how it will work with the layout. So I'm going to create a copy, holding Option, clicking and dragging. There we go. And you can see this is all very abstract. In your challenge, you can be very specific. You can make up some type of brand that you want to design this ad for. Feel free to be creative and make up your own story. All right, so I'm going to move this object just a little bit, and by double clicking, I'm getting into the mask. So I'm able to actually move this object within the frame that it's positioned in. And right now I'm noticing that this spike is kind of very dominant here. So I'm going to turn this object just a little bit so it doesn't look that spiky anymore. And I'm going to adjust it so it kind of fits in here. And you can see now it's a little bit less aggressive, but still quite pointy and still kind of giving me the result that I want to achieve. All right, so now this is very minimalistic. This is very, very minimalistic, but you will see that a lot of brands are using this type of minimalism to be present out there. You will see huge billboards that have just this, and you will be asking yourself, what is this exactly? And that's what they want to achieve. They want you to become curious about what is this brand actually about, right? So they're kind of counting on this very strong message that the ad brings. In this case, be bold. So what does this actually say? Be bold. The copy here is very, very important. It's kind of standing in the foreground in minimalist design. So by copy, I mean the message, right? So in this case, be bold. So it sounds encouraging. It sounds powerful. Maybe it's something that is related to personal growth or some type of product. But now we're getting curious, right? And this is what some brands want to achieve with minimalist designs like this. All right, cool. So this is fun, and feel free, of course, to experiment with the colors. You can also eyedrop this other color if you feel like it, or you can also even take that pink, depending on what you're creating. I think in this case, the subtle dark green works pretty well. So now we want to export our design and post it into our Discord channel. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to File, Export, Export As, and you will see that I'm going to be use artboards. I'm going to be selecting use artboards, and the only artboard that we have here is this one. I have set up the file so that it's easy for you to export, but you will have to click on use artboards, and then you can go either on PNG or JPEG, whatever you prefer, and click export. All right. Now you'll be able to post this design. It's already saved on my computer. I'm able to post this on the Discord channel. So let me just post this real quick. And I'm gonna go into our Discord, and I'm gonna go here at the bottom, and I'm going to click the little plus element, upload file, or you can simply drag and drop the file into the window as well. So just drag and drop, and then let's see, and then just click enter, and there we are. I already posted my design, and I'm super excited to see what you all are going to be posting. So friends, to get to the Discord channel, head over to this link, bit.ly/AI Discord. and join us here. And I'm excited to see what you all are going to do. And cool. How's everybody understood so far? Feel free to reach out on Discord. Feel free to connect. And I'm looking forward to tomorrow's challenge. And as I say, these challenges are all going to be about trying out different styles and experimenting with different styles. So tomorrow, a new style, a new challenge, and you all enjoy the program. After this, stay tuned. There's a whole lot more. And I will see you all tomorrow. Same time, same place. Bye-bye.